All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rachaha, Kwadash. Double honors to that apostle that is a great millstone, rule well and teach well. Peace and blessing to you, sincere Akim that are pushing this truth all over the four corners of the earth, week in, week out, and all truth and sincerity. This is the brother Mattathiah from the GMS Virginia camp. I want to do a quick video in response to GMS, the elder brother GMS prisoners of Yahweh Shai, and his video is entitled I'm Drunk Now. And I'll leave the link in the description box to this video as well. And he's basically going into this movie Flight, and some statements Denzel Washington made in a recent interview concerning his past drug addictions, being addicted to heroin, cocaine, and alcohol. And when I watched the movie Flight, which I've seen it many times, I always thought that was an insight into how Denzel Washington, actually was and the things that he dealt with, and this is majority of Hollywood. Okay, the majority of these people in Hollywood are addicts, and they come across as clean, as sober, as they got their shit together, when all actuality they don't. Okay, they're addicted to various different drugs, and we're going to get into, later on in this video, the main reasons they indulge in these various different drugs. Okay, so without further ado, let's jump into this video.
Flight. I'm drunk. Fair use. Clip from the movie Flight. I'm drunk.
I drank in excess. I'm drunk right now.
And the reason why I use this clip from the inspiration of this article from HuffPost.com, Denzel Washington says he's done a lot of damage to the body from past alcohol and drug use. Washington opened up about his views on life as he approaches.
Yeah, because when you are an alcoholic or you're addicted to hard drugs and you do it for a number of years, it has an effect, a long-term effect on the body, that even when you quit, even when you so-called sober up, the effects are already done. The damage is already done. And a lot of the times you have to deal with those damages ultimately the rest of your life. Okay, the liver is damaged. All right, your blood vessels, your heart. Okay, even the brain. The brain, you've lost brain cells. You've done damage to your brain, and you don't think on the same capacity as you used to before you were frying those brain cells. Okay, putting stuff up your nose, putting stuff in your veins. Let's continue on.
Turning 70. While promoting Gladiator 2 in recent weeks, Denzel Washington has been giving fans a rare inside look into his decades long career, including his past struggles with drug and alcohol abuse. In a new interview with Esquire, published Tuesday, the 69-year-old actor, who's been sober for nearly 10 years, admitted his past habits did a lot of damage to the body. Despite him not having a thimble's worth since he turned 60. I never got strung out on heroin, never got strung out on coke, never got strung out on hard drugs, Washington said. I shot dope just like they shot dope, but I never got.
Yeah, and who's the day that Denzel Washington is referring to? He's referring to the rest of these people in Hollywood, man. He's referring to the rest of the A-list celebrities, the rest of the entertainers, the rest of these wealthy, prominent figures that you see in society. Okay, because once you get in Hollywood, there's a heavy influence, and to get in that door, you have to do various different things, and you have to participate in various different acts. And they use these drugs as a coping mechanism as well.
Strung out. This is crazy. But this goes to show you what kind of industry would have a man, an A-list actor, struggling with drug use. Okay, so he used heroin, he used coke, right? And he went as far as shooting a substance into his veins. And as a result, he has what? A lot of damage to his body. The two-time Oscar winner shared that he wrestled with a 15-year pattern of drinking as well, which he said began with an unhealthy habit of indulging in too much wine. Washington said his love for wine first kicked off after he and his wife of 41 years, Pauletta Washington, built this big house in 1999 with a 10,000 bottle wine cellar, which is where he learned to drink the best. I had this ideal of wine tastings and all that, which is what it was at first. And that's a very subtle thing. I mean, I drank the best, he said. And 15 years into it, send me two bottles and make it good stuff, but just two. And I drink them both over the course of the day. He described wine as very tricky, adding it's very slow. It ain't like boom all of a sudden. Washington also explained why he only drank two bottles at a time, recalling a time his wife asked him about it. And my wife saying, "Why do you keep ordering just two?" I said, "Because if I order more, I'll drink more." So I kept it to two bottles and I would drink them both.
Yeah, that's a prime trait of an alcoholic. Alcoholic doesn't, it goes into self control and not being able to trust yourself with more than Denzel said two bottles, because he knew he would drink more if he had more bottles in front of him. And he knew that there was no limit until he was passed out. Like you watched the movie Flight, man. When he was getting ready, they put him up in that hotel room. They put the police officer in front of the door so he couldn't, so nobody, if he went out or left or anybody came in, that they would know, you know, in efforts to keep him sober for that court date. And the other room, which I believe the other room was set up by the district attorney or whatever they call it, the opposition in that court trial case, where they filled the mini fridge with all different types of alcohols and liquors, and then left the congruent room door open and opened the window, so they knew the air was going to flow through and eventually make sounds for that door to hit with the lock, clicked open. And he went in there and checked that mini fridge, and he saw all them different types of airplane bottles of liquor. And at first he set the glass down and then shut the door and left and came right back and then drank the whole fridge. you know, which is a real good movie. If you ain't seen it, you gotta check it out. You know, and Denzel's a good actor. I recently just saw this movie, the new Gladiator 2. And hey, Denzel, I ain't gonna spoil it for you brothers and you few sisters. But I will say, Denzel plays a Mo, okay, and he made a statement in a recent interview that he actually, you know, kissed a man on the lips, but they didn't put it in the movie. Well, when you watch the movie, he's kissing a whole lot of men. They ain't kissing them on the lips, but he's kissing them on the cheeks. He's kissing them on the hand. He's kissing them on the arms. He's touching men in weird, awkward ways, and he even comes out of his own mouth and says that he's bisexual in in a lack of better words. Okay, when you check the movie out, which I believe a lot of you I can probably go check that movie out. A good movie to watch. My personal assessment on the movie is that the first one's better, but still good. But nevertheless, I want to go into this article before I continue on in this video. Because basically Denzel was stating that he was mixing, alcohol with various other drugs, man, and they tell you, on just with regular over-the-counter drugs, they say don't mix these drugs with alcohol. So how much more when you mixing alcohol with hard drugs, cocaine, heroin, all right, opiates, these hard, as well as hard over-the-counter drugs, okay, because those are the street drugs in a different format. It says alcohol is a drug, and when you take alcohol with another drug, there is an interaction in your body where one drug alters the other drug's effects. Mixing alcohol with other drugs can be unpredictable and dangerous. So it's dangerous, to your bodies, to your body, to your organs, okay, to your brain. It says if you take alcohol with other drugs, the effects could be an illness or even death. Okay.
both over the course of the day, he said. The training day legend clarified that he never drank while working or preparing for the 50 movies he starred in during his lengthy career. I would clean up, go back to work. I could do both, he said. However, many months of shooting bang, it's time to go.
And you don't make it that high in Hollywood without getting down with the get down, man. All right, a lot of people look at Denzel Washington and they're like, no, wait, not Denzel. You know, ain't no when Denzel could be at the Diddy parties. No way Denzel could be doing this and that. And participating in the various different rituals. Yes, Denzel too, man. Okay, and Denzel's a gatekeeper, man. All right. I want to bring out the matter of fact, this is the part of the article I wanted to bring out. This is alcohol and cocaine. It says alcohol and cocaine in the bloodstream form a toxic substance known as cocaethylene. It is more toxic than either drug alone. Co- Cocaethylene is linked to liver damage and can cause fatal heart problems. This is what Denzel basically has. Okay. He said his drug abuse has caused long term effects. He probably has liver damage. He's probably taking different drugs to keep his liver and blood operating correctly. Okay. It says cocathylene is linked to liver damage and can cause fatal heart problems. Mixing alcohol and cocaine can give you a false sense of sobriety. Okay, let's read that again because when you watch the movie Flight, what did when he was all fucked up and drunk, what would he do to get himself back right? He would snort cocaine, okay, to level himself out, like that clip the elder brother played, man. Okay, he said I'm drunk right now. How he got out of that hotel room and was able to, walk down the hotel room and make it into the courtroom is he had to call his buddy to give him some coke. It says, let me read that again. It says mixing alcohol and cocaine can give you a false sense of sobriety, so you might drink more to become intoxicated. Uh, it's like, let me read that again. It says mixing alcohol and cocaine can give you a false sense of sobriety, so you might drink more to become intoxicated. By taking both drugs together, you're more likely to be aggressive and behave violently. Okay.
Go. Then boom, 3 months of wine, time to go back to work, he said. However, he shared that around the time he finished filming for his 2012 movie Flight, in which he played an alcoholic airline pilot, he was nearing the end of his drinking habits. I wasn't drinking when we filmed Flight. I know that, but I'm sure I did as soon as I finished, Washington said. That was getting toward the end of the drinking, but I knew a lot about waking up and looking around, not knowing what happened. Elsewhere in the interview, Washington opened up about his views on life and said that things are opening up for me now as he approaches turning 70. This is the last chapter. If I get another 30, what do I want to do? My mother made it to 97, he said. I'm doing the best I can. And not only alcohol, forget all that strength. Okay. So Denzel, a former addict, and I'm willing.
Bring out a quick scripture. This is Sirach chapter 10. And let's go down to verse 9. It says, why is earth and ashes proud? There's not a more wicked thing than a covetous man. For such and one setteth his own soul to sell, because while he liveth, he casteth away his bowels. Now your soul is not, one to sell or give away, so to speak, because the Heavenly Father, you know, owns and controls the spirit, the soul. But they have, uh, signed up to and adopt and partake and give their life over to a certain particular lifestyle. Okay. And the lifestyle that they live is, you know, contrary to what is pleasing and right in the eyes of Yahweh by Shem Yahushua. And that's what Esau requires for you to make it into that $1 million, multi-million dollar, $20 million, $50 million, $100 million, 500 million, all the way up into the $1 billion club. Okay. And there's levels to this shit in Hollywood, and there's different requirements for each level. Different things that you have to go through, different things you have to do, different sacrifices, different rituals. Okay. And, you lose more and more of yourself, so to speak, the higher you go up. And that's why a lot of these hot, prominent Hollywood actors, they, you know, uh, they indulge and get addicted to these drugs because they're trying to cope with what they've done. Okay. They're trying to cope with the people that they have sacrificed, their mother, their father, their friends, the rituals that they have partaked in, okay, that they're not proud of. All right. And a lot of these uh, Jakes in Hollywood are walking around suicidal, and they, you know, only way they can operate is if they're high. Why do you think they wear these glasses in these interviews, man? These sunglasses, these shades when they walk around in public. There's an old saying that says that the eyes are windows to the soul. Okay, and they got heavy demons on them. In order for these top level actors to do these very good movie roles, man, they get demon possessed. Okay, to do these acting roles, and they come out of their own mouths and say these things, man. I did a video a couple weeks back, speaking about that. I was watching the apostles video, their after camp video with the rest of the camps out in New York, and Apostle Tahar made a statement that demons are the ghost riders, and that's very true. you know the demons are the ghost riders. These musicians, these rappers, all right. And I went into an article how these various different musicians come out of their own mouths and state how they don't know where their lyrics come from. They don't remember writing the lyrics. It goes into various different information that they say, when they're at these concerts, okay, that something comes upon them and comes on them for them to be able to perform in the manner that they do, okay. And it's all that left hand energy. So yeah, Denzel Washington is he's involved in all that weird Hollywood shit as well, man. You best believe that. You ain't making it that high in the totem pole, okay? Especially being a Jake, to be and to be excluded from all the requirements that Hollywood requires.
Willing to assume that a lot of this has to do with his conscience and things he had to do to become and maintain that A-list status celebrity. It's a couple of precepts. First Timothy 6 and 10. For the love of money is the root of all kinds of evil. And some people, craving money, have wandered from the true faith and pierced.
Yeah, and that's how it starts out in Hollywood. People want the money, they want the fame, they want to become successful. And once they approach Hollywood, they figure out what it requires for them to obtain that, and it takes more than talent, it takes more than practicing and being good at your craft. You know, and they see that I have to do this, I have to do that, I got to go before this person to make it. Okay, so that money is that first motivation. And after they get the money and after they've been in Hollywood for a couple years, they develop, okay, addictions, fetishes, more demons, jump on um Jake in the industry. Okay, and it becomes less about the money, so to speak, and they get addicted to that fame. Okay, and they get it as well as various other things. Okay, outside of drugs. Quick scripture, real quick. Let's go to Isaiah the third chapter. Because Denzel Washington, he made a statement that concerning this new movie Gladiator 2 that he's in. He said he kissed a man, and they took it out. He said, I don't think they're ready for that. Basically, he was promoting homosexuality. He's nonchalantly talking that he kissed a man, and he was cool with it. You should be too, right? Basically, he's telling you he's a Mo, and in the movie he plays the role Mo. This is Isaiah 3 and 9. They show their countenance doth witness against them. They declare their sin as Sodom. They hide it not. Okay, and we know that, you might have a lot of people say, well, that he had to do that because that's how, they got down in the Roman Empire. Yeah, of course. We know that that's how, Rome. Okay, a lot of the Roman emperors, majority of the Roman emperors and rulers, okay, uh, were Moes, okay, as well as various other things. But at the end of the day, you know, hey man, for you to make the statement you made, okay, and participate in the acts on camera, all right, whether it's acting or not, man, that shows a lot. Okay, I'm gonna say it. I'm gonna leave it at that. It says they declare their sin is Sodom. They hide it not. They hide it not. He said, "Yeah, I kissed a man, and I liked it." You know, he said, and they took it out the movie. But he in the movie, when you watch the movie, he's kissing hands, he's kissing cheeks. He's kissing foreheads. All right, yeah, he's rubbing on men. It says, and they declare their sin as Sodom. They hide it not. Woe unto their soul, for they have rewarded evil unto themselves. Okay, and Denzel Washington, he's a Mo too. All right, and I don't base that off of what his recent statements or his recent role in this movie Gladiator 2. Okay, I base it off of uh, his success in Hollywood. Okay, and his recent statements and this new movie role he played in, it just you know further solidifies that. Okay, because Denzel Washington is nothing but a gatekeeper in Hollywood. Let's keep going.
Themselves with many sorrows. Also, compromising your constitution, compromising your morals, compromising your principles, and willing to do any and everything for these earthly goods.
Yeah, that's true. because not only are they compromising, but they're pushing at them. They're sending a message. You making certain statements, even the roles you play and acting in these movies, you're sending out a message. All right. This is how Esau shifts and shapes society. Okay, by these A-list celebrities, by the music industry, by Hollywood, the movies, etc. And he's able to get people more and more comfortable with things that they would never have thought they would do or would accept. Okay, he uses you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans in these positions that he's put you in. Okay, you're just tools to him. Let's go to 1 Corinthians, the 6th chapter, and the 9th verse. It says, "Know ye not that the unrighteous shall not inherit the kingdom of Yahweh? Be not deceived, neither fornicators, nor idolaters, nor adulterers, nor effeminate, nor abusers of themselves with mankind, nor thieves, nor covetous, nor drunkards, nor revilers, nor extortioners shall inherit the kingdom of Yahweh." Verse 11, and such were some of you. So Paul is saying, hey, some of you, some of us, we were involved in these various different things, man. Before we came into this truth, man, we were involved in a lot of these things. Okay. It says, and such were some of you, but ye are washed. Okay. And we're washed by what? This word. Not some bath water, not some dirty water in the church, not going out to the river or the lake. We're washed with this word, this wisdom and knowledge, this truth. That's the true baptism. It says, but ye are sanctified, but ye are justified in the name of the Lord Yahweh Shai, and by the spirit of our power, Yahweh. Okay, let's play a little bit more of the brother's video.
And when it's time to lay down or get somewhere quiet, okay, your conscience starts fucking with you. So there could be an entrance to ongoing or the initiation of alcohol and drug abuse.
Yep. Yeah, these celebrities, they have a problem with, the things that they've done, and their conscience eats away at them. And a lot of them have gone through. There's a term, like it's kind of like mind erasing, so to speak, man, where they go through these various different things where they try to erase memories, okay, through the various different things that they've gone through. So ultimately they can, keep doing what they're doing in Hollywood, man, keep making movies. Because a lot of these celebrities, they go crazy, they lose themselves, they end up committing suicide. They end up at the point that they can't make movies no more, because of the things that they've done and they're ashamed of in Hollywood. Okay.
Right. This is crazy.
Let's close out on Isaiah 9:16. And once again, I encourage you to check this brother's video out, the other brother's video out. I'll leave the link in the description box. Again, this is Isaiah 9:16. For the leaders of this people cause them to err, and they that are led of them are destroyed. Okay, and our people are being led by Denzel Washington's, by these celebrities, these rappers, these influencers, these people with fame, a little bit of money in their pocket, and they're telling you to basically do things that are not profitable to you in the end. Okay, they're leading you down the path of destruction. And behind these prominent figures that are Jakes, guess who's standing behind them with the battery in their back, with the strings attached? Esau Edom. Lord willing, that was edifying. To the next time. Shalom.